Anna lived in a time when infertility was seen as a great disgrace. She faced not only her personal pain but also the contempt of others. Despite the anguish, Anna remained steadfast in her faith. She knew that God could transform her situation, and she persisted in prayer. Anna is an example of how faith can be a powerful foundation, especially in times of adversity. Anna did not let herself be overcome by difficulties. She faced not only a society that judged her but also the constant provocations of Peninnah, another wife of Elkanah. These provocations only deepened her pain, but Anna did not retaliate. Instead, she chose the path of prayer and seeking God. Her attitude of humility and perseverance is a lesson in how to face challenges with grace and dignity. Anna's life also reveals the power of sincere prayer. In her visits to the temple, she poured out her heart before God, asking for a child. It was not just a personal desire but a deep commitment to God. Anna promised that if God granted her a son, she would dedicate him to divine service. This act of total surrender is a powerful example of faith and devotion. In addition to her faith, Anna's story highlights the importance of silent leadership. She did not seek attention or recognition, but her example spoke louder than words. Her inner strength and ability to endure pain with dignity influenced those around her. Anna showed that true leadership often manifests itself through silent and powerful actions. Anna's faith was rewarded with the birth of Samuel, who would become a great prophet and leader in Israel. Her example teaches us that, even in the most difficult situations, faith can bear surprising fruit. Anna shows us that perseverance in faith and prayer can bring profound changes not only in our lives but also in future generations. Anna, in her deep anguish, made a promise to God while praying in the temple. She vowed to dedicate her son to the Lord if he blessed her with one. This promise was not just a simple vow but a sincere expression of her devotion and trust in God. Anna believed that her child could serve a greater purpose, beyond just alleviating her personal pain. This attitude of total surrender reflects a faith that goes beyond immediate circumstances. During her prayers, Anna demonstrated a rare vulnerability. She wept bitterly, expressing all her pain and desire. Eli, the priest, initially mistook her for a drunken woman but soon understood the depth of her prayer. Anna was not concerned with what others thought. Her only concern was connecting with God. This sincerity in seeking a divine response is a powerful example of how we should approach God with an open heart. Anna's promise also shows her vision beyond the present. By offering her child to God, she demonstrated a deep understanding that her blessings could be used for a greater good. This teaches us that our petitions to God should not be just for our benefit but also to contribute to His greater plan. Anna wanted more than a child. She wanted to be part of God's plan for the nation of Israel. Anna kept her promise, showing her faithfulness and integrity. When Samuel was born, she raised him to the proper age and then took him to the temple to serve the Lord. This action was not easy, but Anna knew it was the right path. She put God's calling above her personal desires, demonstrating a faith that translates into action. Anna teaches us that true faith requires sacrifice and obedience. The story of Anna and her promise also makes us reflect on our own promises and commitments. Like her, we are called to fulfill our vows and live according to our faith. This may require sacrifices, but like Anna, we can trust that God will use our actions to accomplish His greater purposes. The birth of Samuel was the fulfillment of a divine promise and a milestone in Anna's life. She, who had been barren, was blessed with a son in response to her fervent prayers. This event not only brought joy to Anna but also demonstrated the power of faith and persistent prayer. Samuel, whose name means heard by God, was a living testimony that God hears and responds to the sincere pleas of His children. From Samuel's birth, Anna knew he was destined for something great. Her faith and dedication to God were rewarded with the birth of one of Israel's greatest prophets. Anna cared for him lovingly, preparing him for the day she would take him to the temple, as promised. This period of upbringing was crucial, as Anna planted in Samuel the seeds of faith and dedication to God, which would flourish in his adult life. When the time came, Anna fulfilled her promise, taking Samuel to be raised in the temple under the supervision of the priest Eli. This act of giving was a true sacrifice for Anna, but she knew it was the right thing to do. She was giving God what she loved most, an act that required unwavering trust in the divine plan. Anna teaches us that fulfilling our promises to God, even when difficult, is an act of true faith. Samuel's dedication to the temple marked the beginning of a life of service to God. Under Eli's guidance, he grew in wisdom and grace, preparing to become Israel's prophet and leader. Anna, even from a distance, continued to be an influence in his life, visiting him annually and bringing new clothes. This continuity in care and commitment is an important lesson in how we should faithfully keep our promises with love. The story of Anna's promises fulfillment is a powerful example of how faith and obedience to God can bring results beyond our expectations. Samuel was not just an answer to Anna's prayers but also a tool for God's leadership in a nation. His life and ministry were a testimony to the lasting impact of faith and faithfulness, showing that promises made sincerely and fulfilled with devotion can transform lives and generations. Anna's leadership manifested uniquely and powerfully, despite her actions not always being visible or publicly recognized. By dedicating Samuel to God's service, Anna exercised spiritual leadership that directly influenced the formation of one of Israel's greatest leaders. Her decision to consecrate Samuel from a young age is an example of how leadership can be exercised through choices that shape the future of others. Anna showed that a mother can be a powerful leader, guiding the destiny of her family and, by extension, a nation. Moreover, Anna continued to support Samuel even after leaving him in the temple. Her annual visits and the gift of new clothes showed not only her love but also her continued commitment to her promise and Samuel's development. This reveals a type of leadership sustained by care and faithfulness, even from a distance. Anna was significantly involved in Samuel's life, even without being physically present, demonstrating that leadership can transcend physical presence. Anna's song, recorded in the scriptures, is another expression of her leadership and spiritual vision. In this song, she praises God and prophesies about the victory of the humble and the downfall of the proud, showing a deep understanding of God's ways. This act of public praise is an example of how spiritual leadership can influence and inspire others to recognize God's sovereignty in their lives. Through her words, Anna influenced the perception and faith of those who heard her. In addition to her immediate impact on Samuel's life, Anna's leadership had a lasting effect. Samuel grew up to become a prophet and judge, guiding Israel through times of transition and change. Anna's example of faith and commitment undoubtedly shaped Samuel's character and mission. This teaches us that true leadership can have an impact beyond our time and circumstances, influencing future generations. Anna's leadership challenges us to consider how our actions and decisions can influence those around us. Even without holding an official leadership position, everyone can exert influence through their choices and attitudes. Anna reminds us that true leadership often manifests in silent actions and decisions made in faith and love, with an impact that can resonate for generations. Samuel's legacy is a living testament to the profound influence Anna had on his life. From his consecration in the temple, Samuel was shaped by his mother's faith and teachings. Anna, with her devotion and obedience to God, planted the seeds of strong character in a life dedicated to divine service. Samuel's story as a prophet and judge of Israel is directly linked to Anna's commitment to her promise and faith. Samuel played a crucial role in Israel's history, not only as a prophet but also as the leader who anointed the first kings of Israel. His influence was decisive in Israel's transition from a confederation of tribes to a unified monarchy. Samuel's actions were guided by a strong conviction of justice and a commitment to God's will, qualities attributed to Anna's upbringing and values. This legacy demonstrates how a mother's impact can transcend generations. In addition to his role in leading Israel, Samuel is also remembered for his integrity and justice. He was a leader who always sought to do what was right in God's eyes, even when it meant confronting kings or the people. Samuel's moral firmness is a direct reflection of Anna's influence, who dedicated him to divine service from birth. Anna, through her life example, instilled the importance of living a life of righteousness and service to God, impacting not only Samuel but all of Israel. Samuel's legacy also included forming a school of prophets, which continued to influence the people of Israel even after his death. This institution helped maintain the people's faith and values during difficult times, showing that the influence of Samuel and indirectly of Anna extended far beyond their lives. Anna's commitment to God resulted in a line of spiritual leadership that lasted for generations. Thus, Samuel's legacy is a powerful reminder that our actions and commitments can have a lasting impact. Anna, through her faith and obedience, not only changed the course of her life but also profoundly influenced the history of a nation. Her example challenges us to consider how our own lives can leave a legacy of faith and leadership for future generations. The lessons from Anna's life are timeless and can be applied in various areas of modern life. First, her unwavering faith serves as an example of how to face challenges and adversity. In a world where pressures and problems seem never-ending, maintaining solid faith can be the foundation that sustains us. Like Anna, it is possible to find strength in moments of prayer and surrender, seeking guidance and comfort in God. This can be particularly helpful in times of personal or professional crisis. Another valuable lesson from Anna is the power of fulfilling promises and commitments. In an era where someone's word often loses value, Anna's faithfulness to her vow to consecrate Samuel is inspiring. In the modern world, this can be translated into honoring commitments, whether to our family, friends, or at work. Being a person of your word builds trust and respect, essential characteristics for effective leadership. Take on leadership, even if discreetly. Often, the greatest influences come from simple and consistent actions, such as being a positive example for others. Whether at home, work, or in the community, your attitudes can inspire those around you. Small actions, such as offering help or listening empathetically, can have a profound and lasting impact. Consider how your actions can serve a greater purpose beyond your own needs. Just as Anna dedicated Samuel to God's service, seek ways to contribute to others' well-being. This can include volunteer work, supporting social causes, or simply being a pillar of support for those in need. Every small action can make a big difference in someone's life and, ultimately, in society as a whole. Finally, remember to persevere in your journey, always focusing on what you believe in. Just as Anna continued to pray fervently, it is essential not to give up in the face of challenges. Perseverance is a crucial quality for achieving any goal, whether spiritual, personal, or professional. And by cultivating this quality, you not only transform your own life but also positively influence those around you. Anna's story invites us to reflect on how we can apply faith and leadership in our own lives. Just as she influenced generations through her actions and commitment, each of us has the potential to make a significant impact. To start, it is essential to nurture unwavering faith, even in the face of adversity. This can be done through prayer, meditation, and studying sacred texts, always seeking to strengthen our spiritual connection. Another way to follow in Anna's footsteps is by fulfilling our promises and commitments. Be honest and integrity in all your interactions, whether at work, with friends, or family. This practice builds trust and respect and makes you someone others can rely on. In a world where the word is often undervalued, being faithful to your promises can be a distinctive mark of character and leadership. Led by example, even in small ways. Often, the most profound influences come from simple, consistent actions. Whether at home, work, or in your community, your attitudes can inspire others. Simple acts of kindness, integrity, and support can have a ripple effect, encouraging others to act similarly. Consider how your actions can serve a greater purpose beyond your immediate needs. Like Anna, who dedicated Samuel to God's service, look for ways to contribute to the greater good. This could involve volunteering, supporting social causes, or simply being a source of support for those in need. Every small action can significantly impact someone's life and, in turn, society. Persevere in your journey, keeping your focus on what you believe in. Just as Anna continued to pray fervently, it's important not to give up when facing challenges. Perseverance is essential in achieving any goal, be it spiritual, personal, or professional. And as you cultivate this quality, you not only transform your own life, but also positively influence those around you. If you found these insights helpful, please subscribe to the Divine Prosperity channel, leave a like, and check out other videos for more inspiration and guidance.